involved in tarot about 3 years ago because of a spiritual experience that I was going through. I think I've always been, everyone is psychic, and
Thank you.
Everyone is psychic, everyone has abilities. I have a lot of dreams.
Okay.
And mine comes in, my psychic abilities come in a way of clairsentience, knowing. I don't see ghosts or anything like that, I don't see spirits or anything like that. My mother had that talent. That's not me. And so, instead of running from the situations that I was in, actually there was nowhere to run anyway. There was nowhere to run. I was introduced to tarot to help me with the situations that I was going through. So that was very profound time in my life. And what I read your book recently, The Book Without a Name. Excellent book. I really encourage people to get it. It really helps you understand what we're talking about here today. Just understanding my life growing up with my mother, and you talk about this whole thing with karma and ancestry, and ancestry connects you to the universe, it connects you to the earth, and we work out karma, our lineage through karma, through reincarnation. So a lot of what my mother experienced in her childhood and growing up in the South and dealing with racism and violence and brutality, even though she tried to shield a lot of her hurt and her pain from me, it did manifest in terms of her health.
Okay.
And so you talk a lot about that in your book, about how, your fears and trauma, your perception can affect your health and how you feel. It can manifest in many different ways. And so that's what happened with her. So that, reading your story about that, your own health issues, and then the issues with your father and your godmother, all of that was just like, oh my God, this now is starting to make sense.
Yes.
It's starting to make sense. So that was very important in terms of me reading that, because it just explained a lot of things and gave me insight into what was going on. So yeah, that was.
And how we can change it.
Oh, absolutely.
That's the best part.
Absolutely, how we can change it.
Because we have this power.
Yes.
Because what we are living now, we created it. With our beliefs, whether they're conscious or unconscious, true or false, appropriate, whatever. So this is why I had to write the book, to show people what I created and show them that I can reverse this.
And that's exactly what you did.
And that's what I did, because I keep telling people at 61 years old, nothing is wrong with me. I don't take any medication. I have no pains nowhere. Even when I go to my doctor, because she read my book too and she loves it. And she said, I'm teaching her a lot about the body, the mind, and the spirit, because we think we are just this physical body. And I keep telling people, this is temporary. Yeah. It's like renting a house or an apartment. Right. And when it's time for the soul to leave, it goes. Right. Right. And everything originates from spirit. Yes. And so I think you stress the point of mentalism in your book, the first universal law. Thank you. Is the law of mentalism. God is mind, and the spirit communicates with us through, a lot of times through our thinking. So, like you said, we create our own reality by what we think. Because we accept what other people are telling us that is false or not appropriate or wrong. So I grew up believing you're supposed to be sick. Like people say, oh, once you get 40, you're going to get arthritis, you're going to have this kind of pain, and you can't do this and you can't do that. And at 20-something, I was experiencing all these limitations and body pain, and I have a lot, 30 lists of all the illnesses and the pain that I went through to get to be 61, and I can run upstairs.
Right.
But people
With
say,
no problems.
Why you don't take the elevator? I say, because I'm so happy I can run upstairs and have no pain at 61 years old.
That's right.
And I don't believe in age either. That's why I keep telling people September the 9th is my Earth Day. It's not my birthday. I've been here many a times.
That's right.
That's the day I incarnated again on this plane, September the 9th.
Right.
But it's my Earth Day.
It's your Earth Day, but your soul is much, much older than that.
Oh, yes. And I love it.
Right.
I love it.
Right.
And you a Virgo, everybody's here.
A Virgo.
September the 18th doing this taping are Virgos.
Yes.
You know,
so I mean, Virgos, I don't, Virgos are very special.
And we're Earth signs.
And we're Earth signs, we're Earth signs, but we're also very much connected to spirit as well. And many times I think it is our job I come into contact with a lot of Virgos who do this type of work. Of course I come into contact with other signs that do this work.
Yes.
But I find that the depth a lot of times does come from a lot of Virgos.
The Virgos.
Yeah.
Yes. I found that to be true too.
Yes.
So would you like to elaborate a little more on the tarot cards and the part, just in case someone missed part 1? What the cards about, something you can add on to?
What I said? The tarot cards doesn't you can use them for many different things. People use them. I use them for divination.
Okay.
Some people use them for magic, to do magic.
Okay.
Some people use them to commune with the spirits.
Okay.
Some people use them, like writers use them to ignite their creativity.
Okay.
So you look, because the pictures are very beautiful. A lot of them, it depends on what deck.
Okay.
I use the Rider-Waite system, but there are many different types of tarot cards. You have the Egyptian system. I think there's an Ethiopian system. You have variations of tarot cards like angel cards, oracle cards, Orisha cards. There are a number of different types of cards, that you can use. So, I choose to use a Rider-Waite system. And so, when I use these cards, I'm doing many different things at once, divination, communing with the spirits. And it also helps to, help me to develop my intuition even more. So if you're a person that's interested in developing your intuition, tarot cards could be a good way to do that. And, if you're a visual person and you like color like I do, tarot cards or cards in general, oracle cards definitely help you with that.
Okay.
So, but yeah, so I think the story of tarot, how it began, I've been doing a lot of research on that. From what I've read, it is a Western system, but it has origins in Kemet, in India. If people are familiar with the story of Tahuti, you know that when he went to the mountain, the source gave him 78 leaves with laws written on them, and he was supposed to take that back to the people. And it sounds very familiar.
Wow.
That story. So it was 78 leaves with laws written on them that were given to him. So one can say, well, maybe tarot started at that point. Who knows? You know what I mean? The thing is that it's a way to communicate with the spirit world. The spirit world. So I just find them very, very fascinating.
Okay, I just want to ask you a question about, because when you say spirit world, everybody think it's demons, is evil, things like that. Now, I see spirits. Most of the spirits I see are good. And I can feel when they're around me, or I get quick flashes. Now, I did have, I think, 3 experiences since I've been on this conscious awakening path, now 30 years, that I encounter a evil entity. Mm-hmm. And I'm writing about it in my second book because I've been really, for years, going through the ascension process, mm-hmm. which it gets mm-hmm. deeper. Mm-hmm. And there's plenty of information on Google and YouTube about the ascension process, because I did a show about it, and a lot of people respond because they are feeling these symptoms. They may not understand what was going on. That's why I had to put the information out there.